Alright, we got news already for the game, and I'm actually very happy because that confirms one thing that I really wanted was that update days are on Tuesday. So right here we have a maintenance details for the 10th of March, and it's tomorrow, of course, Tuesday. And I'm very happy because JP, the day of content drop is on Thursday. So it means that the content drop for Global is going to be on Tuesday and JP is going to be on Thursday. That's actually perfect. I really like that. But yeah, we're getting a content drop. It's actually pretty small, unless they drop something new. If they do, I'll keep you updated. But for now, this was dropped like 2 hours ago. Yeah, this supposed to be 2 hours ago. By the way, go on their Twitter and go to this link. I'm gonna bookmark this page right here with the news. I'm assuming they're gonna keep dropping everything about news and stuff in here. There's like an account recovery guide here, or sync guide, I guess. So I'll make sure to bookmark it. But yeah, we're getting the Grey Demon in Chapter 6. And the max player rank is going to be increased by 60. Or choose 60. One thing they don't mention here is if we are going to be getting the limit break to level 70. Because here's the thing, right? With the Grey Demon, the max level cap should increase to 70, because if you have a level 65, we pick a level 65 here. I know I have Halloween Elaine at level 65. Let me see if I find her. Here. If you have a unit level 65, you can awaken them by using wings and horns. Yesterday I awakened like 5 units level 80, so I'm really low on materials now. But yeah, you use wings and horns. After that, you can't really go above with just the wings. You need the crimson thingies. I don't. So like, the other video, I was trying to find someone that was level 70 in my box, and someone told me there was here level 70 unit. Yeah, level 70 to level 75 required the crimson ones. So level 70 should be the new player cap or unit cap. Already, which is really interesting. I thought they were gonna take a little bit, but I guess they do wanna. If I click here, or just an image, I guess they do wanna move a little faster so they can catch up to JP a little bit, which I appreciate. If they do, man, if one day they catch up to JP, that would be actually pretty cool, because then it would be like I wouldn't have to be starting a video saying, oh, by the way, this is coming to JP, not global. Whenever new content drops on JP, I'm like, yeah, this is really cool content is JP right now, my bad. Wait 6 months. That's that would be actually pretty cool. And then chapter 6 itself is really nice. Chapter 6 is when the infamous Demon Hendrickson comes. He is on mission 72. I think I'm looking at the game right now. I think his mission 72 from chapter 6. So if we get there, we're gonna this is the Demon Hendrickson fight. We'll be getting there. So it means they're good for him. Let me pop up Grand Cross. Actually, let me pop up the game here, because then I'm having easier time. Some units that are good for him, or of course Counter Meliodas. That's the reason why everyone's been telling you to reroll for Counter Meliodas, and now it's already paying off to have rerolled for him. He is insane for him. Literally, like, the best unit in the game for this fight, especially in Global right now. So, must have. If you don't have him, you can still beat him. There are multiple difficulties for him, right? And multiple typings. So, having a lot of units is good. For the red type, if you have this Meliodas level 65 at 2 stars, like if you have complete hero road, right? He is good for the red fight as well. And the red bond. So a lot of people keep asking, why is red bond good? Why is red bond good? I don't see why red bond's good. This card right here is going to be very useful for Demon Hendrickson, because Demon Hendrickson's whole shtick is that he gets his ultimate really fast, and he kind of does a lot of damage to you when he ults. If you can take off his ult gauge as soon as he has an ultimate, here's what happens. He has 3 cards that he can use per turn, right? And one of them is going to be the ultimate. If you take off his ultimate... Wait, does he have 3 or 2 cards? Whatever amount of cards he has, he's gonna lose one of his turns every time you attack him and take off his ultimate. That's why this bond is so good for him. Now, if, we don't have a lot of units that would be also good. We don't have Hellbroom. Hellbroom is as good as Bond because they have the same card, but we don't have him yet, and that's pretty much why Bond's so good. And then King is also really good because he's a healer, right? God damn it. Box. it's so much stuff. King is also really good because he's a healer, right? He's gonna do pretty good damage to you, AoE, single target, so keep healing is good. And then I also keep saying, I said in my my video on who to level up, this SR Elizabeth. So I think one of the missions you actually have to use her. Why am I using this costume? Let me put up her older costume while I'm talking. I think one of the missions you have to use her, so there's no escaping that. But she is like stupid good for this mission because she heals every turn, right? Every single turn she's gonna be healing the allies by 10%. So you have her in the back, right? And she's gonna be healing all your allies by 10% every turn. It's just really, really useful. Very, very useful. This costume comes in like 6 or 7 months, so don't be too excited for that. It's legitimately one of the best costumes in the game. But yeah, this is me and Hendrickson fight. Some people are gonna have difficulty with it, but if you've been keeping up with guys of JP players, you should be okay. Just knowing what units to bring. We don't have a lot of units that would be also good for it as well because the golfers aren't in the game yet, and he's like insane. I'm thinking of some other units that she should be good. If Demon Hendrickson can be debuffed by this SR could be good, but I don't know if I would really invest on her. To be honest, it seems like a waste of resources. I'm trying to think of someone else that's good. The Green Elizabeth is good, but I don't see why you use her over King. I guess she's decent because this card does heal on level 1, but this Demon Hendrickson right here, he seals your healing, so you need to cleanse that. So just a level 1 would not be enough. So I guess yeah, King is superior in every way because he cleanses first and then he heals. Yeah, I think for units, like those units are like the best units for it. And if you don't have Counter Melee, you can still do it. I would actually suggest using Counter Melee even on the red fight, because even though he's red, you're gonna take like a lot of damage fast, and that's good because then you can counter really strong. But yeah, this fight is gonna be very hard for a lot of new players. But apparently they nerfed him on stories, so he's a little bit easier than when he came out. But still a harsh fight. It still is. So and the other thing coming out is the Grey Demon. So I saw even one of my my mutuals on Twitter, Ginta, saying, "Oh, why would people reroll for Green King? Grey Demon is not even out yet." Oh, he already is like weekend. Grey Demon is already out, and that's why I know Mystic, and I'm pretty sure most JP players said that Green King should be a unit you go for rerolling if you can, because Green King is the unit for the Grey Demon. There's no one else, even Green Escanor, no one else is as good as him for the Grey Demon. Not even close. I'm trying to find some emotes. I've been liking using these emotes on thumbnails because like they're very expressive, but oh yeah, this is a good thumbnail. Look, oh, that's a good it's a good thumbnail pose right there. But yeah, there's no one unit in the game that's even close to being as good as he is for the Grey Demon. And on global right now, honestly, he's the only one. Like counter Meliodas, right? He functions on the Grey Demon, but by the way, this is how the Grey Demon looks. If you've never seen him, this is how the Grey Demon looks. He flies, right? And he has a mechanic where I think every 3 or 4 turns he goes to the ground, right? He stops flying and he goes to the ground, and he changes his attack pattern. And then if he's flying, you can't do physical attacks on him. Meaning you can't do any attacks that the character goes close to him and attacks him. He has to be attacks from a long distance, right? And this counter melee, his counters work as an attack that's close distance, right? So if he's flying and the counter melee uses a counter, it doesn't do damage. If he's in the ground, it does. So it's very inefficient. His ultimate does damage, which is good, and but he can't stun. So the one difference between the Grey Demon, the one big difference between the Grey Demon and the Red Demon is that now this guy is not as useful because the Grey Demon can't be frozen. If he could, 10 times easier, but he can't, so can't really be frozen. One thing also is that I literally yesterday before going to bed, I made a video on who to pick up from the coin shop, right? And I said that the green Hellbroom was not a good option because he is really good for the Grey Demon, but the Grey Demon is not out yet, so wait for him. And now he's out. I'm gonna have to record the video because I don't want that. I don't want that to be misinformed. But yeah, this grey, this green Hellbroom is really good as a support unit, especially when I was gonna say Esteros, especially when Gopher comes out. When he can rank up cards, this Hellbroom is going to be really good for the Grey Demon because it's a support unit. And he boosts all allies' attack-related stats by 15, 20, and 30%, combined with Green Gilthunder, which boosts attack by, I think, 30, 40, and 60%. You can mash up, and the boosts get combined and multiplied within itself. So the boosts get like mega wacky, and they do like a lot of damage. Also, there's Green Gilthunder. He is also really good for him. This is an SR, of course. And if you have him at 6/6, if you've been summoning a little bit and you have him with a good amount of ult level, his ultimate does like really good damage on the Grey Demon. So he's definitely a unit you should be using for it. Right now in Global again, the only units that are really good for it, the King, of course. If you have him at like 60, man, if you have at 50, I don't think you even need to awaken him. And he's still gonna be good. So, and then you have Kylie Malley, which is decent. Green Elizabeth is actually pretty decent. She's a healer, so heals are good. And her ultimate is really good because she gives true ultimate gauge to every ally, and she starts with an extra true ultimate gauge. So you can force her ultimate turn 1, and then use the ultimate, heal everyone, and get the ult gauge, which is actually very pog. I can't believe I actually said that. And then Hellbroom, of course, is a really good booster. Gilthunder is a good booster. And I think that's pretty much about it. Like, this Green Bond's coming out, but he's actually terrible because his attack doesn't count either. It counts. I think it doesn't count. Even if it does, it's terrible because it's an AoE attack and it's meant for like AoE damage, so it's not very good. That's it. That's it. If you have this guy awaken, which I doubt you have, he's actually really good because he decreases damage taken on raids by 20%, but I very much doubt you have. But if you do, I do recommend using him in the back. This guy's an R, by the way. This R Ruin. Only if you have him awakened already. I don't say you use resources if you don't. That's about it, man. That's about it. From other typings, I guess you could do some blue units. I don't know. Slater is not good. Not good. Blue King, he's technically gonna do extra damage, so his ultimate is gonna hit hard. But even still. Oh, Jericho! Nah, but only her ultimate would hit. Jericho, her two normal attacks would not do damage. Because unless he's like in the ground, right? He would have to be in the ground for her to do damage with her normal attacks. Her ultimate though, really hard. Gonna hit really hard. I guess Elaine, nah. Grimoire, not even gonna talk about him. Yeah, the Grey Demon has a few options. I feel like the Red Demon, I mean, Red Demon also has few options, but it's more free to play friendly because the Red Demon is like, you just slap this guy in your team and then Red Ellie Hawk and boom, you're good to go. The Grey Demon needs some more specific and summonable units as well. But yeah, I think that's it for the update. Also, guilds come out, or knighthood. Knighthoods come out. I'm interested to know why they didn't like put all this information in. They just said, right, new deathmatch, new chapter, increase rank, boom, wait for update. But to be fair, it's not that much, but they could have explained like, oh, with chapter 6 there's knighthood, with chapter 6 new boss demon Hendrickson. I wonder why. I guess further details, they might put like another post saying that. If they put another post just explaining more of the same update, but they don't add something new, I'm not gonna make a video on it. That's it. Already content dropped. That's actually pretty nice. And chapter 6 is gonna be hard, so that's a lot of content. Great Demon. Man, it's impressive me that they already dropped the Grey Demon because the week that we had to play, A lot of people couldn't even like really like get into the red demon yet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and good luck with the raids. Or the one raid, I guess.